Rafa is one of the most dynamic athletes out there. It's been quite a challenge to actually be able to contain and harness his power and provide the footwear that helps support and enable his movements even better on the court. We've decided to put Max Air in the heel for Rafa, mostly to contain his movements. The Max Air is still one of the best cushioning platform that Nike offers to help reduce some of those peak pressures on the heel. So with Max Air in the heel and then the Lunar Lawn technology in the forefoot, we feel we're giving Rafa the best of both worlds. We've taken a look at some of the past running shoes which have taken off-center lacing as well. It actually reduces pressure on the top of your foot, so we're giving a more comfortable footwear for the athlete, as well as offering better durability solutions. We're just moving the laces out of the way because a lot of players have actually dragged and broken laces from their unique movements on the court. We know the athlete needs to be sprinting around. They're frequently on the forefoot of the toes. So what these flex screws does, as well as flex screws internally in the midsole, is provides that little extra flexibility so as they're sprinting to the next ball, they're not having to overcome the stiffness of the shoe, but they're able to provide a more natural type movement as well as a more flexible type shoe. The upper is a very unique material that's proprietary to Nike. We call it Dragon 2X. It's an evolution of where we've been in the past. Where you see actually the red that we've popped out, color popped out over here, that's actually a more harder durometer urethane. So it provides more durability for these specific drag areas in the shoe, so we can really protect Rafa's foot and make sure that it's protected over the course of the tournament.
What we're doing for Rafa for the Australian Open is a new printed crew neck. So you can see here the style is an optimistic red color. This is intentional to be a bright contrast against that blue backdrop. And we're also playing with a print element. First of all, we have an engineered jacquard mesh fabric. Everywhere that you see these mesh holes is additional breathability for Rafa. And then the big story comes on the back of the garment. So you can see here it's a flame graphic playing off of the fire and the heat of Australia. We have a swooping flame. This mimics his service motion and wraps to the front and really highlights his left arm, his weapon, his hitting hand. This is one of our highest performing dry fit fabrics. Very good at pushing moisture out to the front of the face of the fabric. What you'll also see here is that all of the critical seams, so the armhole and the side seams, have been completely flat locked. This means less layers of fabric on top of each other, less distraction and more comfort for him while he's playing. You may notice here some of this mesh engineered pattern on the background and the surface of the fabric. So everywhere that you see this mesh is actually taking weight out of the garment and creating more breathability for Rafa. So essentially it's all over ventilation, 360 degree. Rafa's short is a great story of innovation. The first and foremost, most important element is the fabric. So the fabric may appear quite nondescript, but when you really look up close, you'll notice that it's a four-way stretch. This is also one of our quickest drying fabrics available. It's all about keeping him comfortable. You'll see the inside leg has a full mesh gusset, again adding more breathability. The front panel is about as streamlined as it could possibly get. You'll see that this front closure wraps a little bit over to the side, and it's very low profile. We have a Velcro closure and then a hook and bar for extra security. And then looking to the back, we've really built in some nice elements and as low profile and again zero distraction as possible. We've bonded 3 of the critical seams on this garment, so the side seams and the back yoke. And what this is intended to do is to almost create an invisible mark where there would normally be a thread and stitching marks coming through. We've also reinforced the critical seams with some Gorilla Grip bonding.